Hello, and welcome to the Torah Outreach Program, Erev Shabbos Burst of Inspiration. Today's Burst of Inspiration is sponsored by the Bruch, Plopper, and Bodkins families. Le'ilui Nishmas, Chana Gittel Bas Avram Mordechai. May the learning and inspiration that comes from this video be a schus for her neshama. This week, besides the regular Torah reading by Yaakov Pekude, we're finishing off the book of Shmos this week. We also have an extra Torah reading, one of the 4 extra Torah readings we have leading up till Pesach. This one is called Parshas Hachodesh, the first mitzvah given to the Jewish people. Hachodesh hazeh lachem rosh chadashim, rishon hu l'chodshei hashana. This month should be the first of your months. It is the first of the months of the year, referring to the month of Nisan, the month the Jewish people came out of Egypt. Oh, but one second. Isn't that Rosh Hashanah, the first of the month, the beginning of the year? We count the years starting from Rosh Hashanah. So why are we saying this is the beginning of the months? How does that work? Where does the year start? Rosh Hashanah, which marks the creation of the world, or Nisan, which is the month that the Jewish people came out of Egypt? And the answer is yes. Both are correct. When counting the years, we are actually counting the age of the world from the first man that came to this world. That's Rosh Hashanah. The year begins when the first man was created. However, as the Jewish people count for ourselves, not for the world, we count from Nisan. Because as far as we're concerned, everything starts there. Why? Because that is the birthday of the Jewish people. The Independence Day of the Jewish people is Pesach. We became not just independent, we became a nation. We went into Egypt as nothing more than a big family. 70 people. Many people, if you count your cousins and distant relatives, you'll come up to 70. And that's how they came in. During that time, they slowly assimilated into Egyptian society until the Egyptians said, we're afraid of them because they're too big, too successful, and we need to squash them. And they enslaved the Jewish people. So we went from a family to a subculture in Egyptian society, which was a upper class culture, upper class part of the society. The rest of the society were afraid of that, and they brought us down into a slave class. And then 210 years later, God said, enough is enough. We need to take them out and turn them into what they're supposed to be, and that's the nation of Israel. When we stepped out of Egypt, we marked the independence of the Jewish people. That's when we became a nation. So for us, it all starts there. We begin our lives as a Jewish people in the month of Nisan, on the holiday Pesach. Therefore, as far as the Torah is concerned, which is our Torah, that's our beginning. And that's how we count our months. Interestingly put, is because of what I do, I have met Jewish people from all walks of Jewish life to people who barely know or even care that they're Jewish. And there's one thing that everybody, and I mean everybody, has in common. We all understand, or we all have experienced at least, that first night of Pesach, Passover, call it what you want, is a special night. Everyone, every single Jew, no matter who they are, no matter where they come from, has experienced, or at least knows about, some type of Jewish get-together that we have on Pesach night. Yes, we're talking about the Seder. But I've met people that, there's one lady who told me, when I said this in one of my facilities, she said, "Oh, Rabbi, we didn't do anything when I was growing up. Nothing." I said, "Really? Did you have," she said, "We didn't have anything. Did you have a Seder?" No Seder. "Did you have a big family meal on the first night of it?" "Yeah, that we did." "Was there a box of matzah on the table?" "Yeah. The only time we saw the matzah on the table was that night." But you did something. You recognized it. Why is it? I've met people who are proudly Jewish, who are from very traditional Jewish backgrounds, and I've asked them, or they've told me, they never even heard of Shavuos when we got the Torah. That's like the second part. It's Pesach, our independence, and the Torah is our obligations and our connection to God. They never heard of it. Sukkot, never heard of it. Rosh Hashanah Yom Kippur, yeah, New Year's, okay? Pesach, Passover, everybody heard of it. That's the big one. That's the one you get together with the family on that first night and you have a Seder. For some people, they'll call it a Seder. For some people, they'll call it a Passover get-together, a meal, something. Something. That's the point. Something. And it's an interesting anomaly. For Jews who don't know what Shabbos is, for Jews who don't know what Shavuos, Sukkot, Purim, they don't know what these things, they know Pesach is special. So I asked many groups, I said, why? And nobody knows. Nobody knows why that one. I said, I know why. I said, does everybody know what month and day, in other words, do you know your birthday? Maybe not the year. I deal with a lot of senior citizens. Maybe not the year. Month and day. You know your birthday. Everybody. Everybody knows their birthday. Exactly. You know your birthday. We are coming on to the birthday of the Jewish people. If you call yourself a Jew, you know Pesach is important because that's the foundation. The foundation of who we are. The people that became a nation after years of slavery and oppression and came out into the world greater, after all that oppression, greater than when we came in. Shabbos.